We can't do that! We cannot do that! We're gonna ruin the worship!
You've probably heard someone at youth group say, "We're gonna start praise and worship now," at one point or another. But do we truly understand what the term praise and worship actually means? Do we really get what it means to praise, what it means to worship? Or do these words just mean that it's music time? Praise in the original Greek means to sing, to tell of, to give, to confess. It's supposed to be an outward expression in order to tell others how good God is. Worship means to bow down, to prostrate oneself, to pay homage, and to pay respect. This means that worship should be the highest type of honor and respect that we can show towards God. It's a direct conversation between you and God. However, there are some worships that feel dry. There are some that might consider worship to be a waste of time, and many times it's because we don't truly understand how to lead people into worship. We shouldn't think that worship is boring. We shouldn't think of it as just the time to show off our singing skills. Praise and worship should be a prayer. Praise and worship should be something that goes beyond something we do at church or at a concert. Worship should be where you can honestly say, "You are God, and I am not," and that is great. Which brings us to this music ministry retreat. We arrived at Sacramento State University's Newman Catholic Center, 9 a.m. We were super tired. We met up with friends, ate food, set up for the day. Oh, and there were a lot of guitars. A lot of guitars. We played games, we got to know one another, and then the day truly started. Music ministers, this was our time for nourishment. Kuya Aaron gave a talk. We made eye contact with people. It was awkward. We did energizers. It got super loud. We did games outside. Seriously, the Newman Center really is beautiful. Other people gave talks. It was super informative. We did workshops. I led a piano workshop. I made some terrible jokes and I got people to play piano. We did a fake worship. It was awkward. Brianne gave the most emotional talk of his life and led into the stop and go worship. Every few lines he would call on someone and they'd tell us what these lyrics meant to them. You had to be there to experience it. It's not just something that I could have filmed myself. Playing piano for the final worship, the whole place shook. You could feel the spirit reaching every single one of us. Through the tears, through the singing, I could see each and every single person in that room become a light that I hope would spread to the rest of CFC Youth, to the rest of NorCal, a light that will inspire future generations of musicians and worshipers alike. Brianne had to say goodbye. We'll miss him, but the impact and the legacy that he's left on our music ministry will stay with us even as he travels across the country to Steubenville, Ohio. Come back to us soon, dude. We need to have a worship with you again. We were super tired, of course. We left that place super on fire for God, and we didn't want this moment to end, but we had to head out. What is worship to us in CFC Youth? St. Augustine says that he who sings prays twice, and that couldn't be more true. Our voices, our talents, our gifts, and when we worship, it reminds us of the choirs of angels praising God in heaven. When we sing, when we praise, when we worship, we experience God in a new way. When we sing, we adore Him, we give thanks to Him. When we share our talents, we're using what God has given to us and giving back to Him. When we worship, we are praying.